My name is Jefferson Holden. I graduated from Cortland State University in 1984, and I was a communications major.
And why did you choose to come to Cortland? What was it about Cortland that attracted you?
Cortland attracted me for two reasons. I had visited and been knowledgeable about several other institutions. Cortland's facilities greatly interested me, as well as the personalities of the coaches and the teachers that I happened to meet prior to my freshman year. Those were the two factors that really led me to Cortland.
And what staff members or professors had an influence on you and why, John?
Well, there were a large number of them, which is a good thing. The President Clark at the time, had the most influential impact on me the very first day of freshman orientation. I never forgot many of the things he said. My athletic coaches, Dr. Cahill and Dr. Quinn, had a tremendously positive influence on me. Professors in my first few years in the engineering environment, like Professor Bleeker, Professor Chatterbetti, were all absolutely tremendous. Dr. Palmer, I believe in the arts and theater department, had a tremendous influence on me. There are so many of them that I would be remiss if I tried to talk about all of them. At the end of the day, I couldn't have had better faculty, because at this particular organization, and it's not the case with all of them, you're not just a number, you're really a person. And there's a one-on-one relationship, a personal relationship with the staff here. And those things never leave this organization. You always remember that, so it makes you feel like you're one of the family.
Would you talk to us a little bit about your sports involvement, athletic involvement here?
Yes, I was fortunate enough to be recruited really to go to Cortland as a diver. And I was also able to participate in other athletic events, track and field. And the large energetic level that came from the wealth of athletes here was one of the reasons that I was able to be successful, if that's what you want to call what we do here being success. The opportunity to be around those types of other athletes made me a much better athlete myself. And so my years of springboard diving here were full of fond memories of training in the off season and having wonderful facilities and having wonderful coaches from the league and fellow athletes, even the officiating staff. I ran into some officiating staff today. I haven't seen them in 25 years, and we have fond memories of the fact that you weren't just an athlete here, you were a person, and they wanted to see you prosper, and they wanted to see you grow as an individual.
What profession did you end up in, and how did Cortland influence what you did or prepare you for what you did?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I ended up accepting a commission in the Marine Corps, which was not necessarily something that I had always wanted to do since I was a kid. And the focus and the level of excellence that was fostered by the faculty, both in athletics and scholastically here, and the enthusiasm and the values and the standards that they instilled upon me as I grew as a person here at Cortland, were really the reason I was successful as a Marine, an officer of Marines, really. Those tenets that I learned then and still use today were the things that, along with great parenting and a good environment, were really the tenets that I kept with me the rest of my life. And Cortland was a place where that seemed to be a part of the ethos of Cortland. And I don't sense that that's the same everywhere else you go.
What were your fondest memories of Cortland?
Fondest memories in Cortland, I didn't have a car until I was a senior. So I spent a lot of my time walking around the campus and walking in my last few years, to the apartment that I shared with a couple of great fellow students. And my fondest memories are being able to walk through the campus and know just about everybody. Know the teachers, the smells and the sights and the sounds, the colors, the energy level of, as I've mentioned before, the sheer volume of tremendous athletes is really, even when I was in camps, athletic camps prior to attending Cortland, I didn't feel that same level of energy. There's a certain nuance, a certain ambiance, if you will, that saturated everything else that you did. And so you never felt like you were going to the school alone. That's one of my fondest memories.
Well, congratulations and welcome to the Hall of Fame.
Thank you. it's an honor, and